In the heart of the countryside stood the ancestral home of the Devlins, a sprawling mansion with ivy-clad walls and secrets buried within its ancient halls. As the youngest Devlin, I always felt the weight of our family's legacy looming over me. Whispers of dark deeds and forbidden rituals echoed through the corridors, passed down from generation to generation. But it wasn't until my parents passed away, leaving the mansion in my care, that I uncovered the truth hidden within its walls. One stormy night, as lightning split the sky and thunder shook the earth, I found myself in the attic, rummaging through dust-covered trunks and forgotten relics. A loose floorboard caught my attention, and beneath it, I discovered a hidden compartment. Inside lay a series of journals, their pages yellowed with age, detailing the sinister history of the Devlin family, a legacy steeped in darkness and blood. Each page revealed more horrors than the last. Ancient pacts made with malevolent entities, sacrificial rituals performed under the cover of darkness, and the tragic fates of those who dared to defy the family's legacy. I read about my ancestors summoning dark forces, feeding them with blood to gain power and fortune. The realization of what my family had done made my blood run cold. Terrified by what I had uncovered, I sought solace in the basement, a place my parents had always forbidden me to enter. But as I descended the creaky wooden stairs, the air grew colder, and the shadows seemed to move, whispering my name. With each step, my heart pounded louder in my chest, and I realized the true extent of the darkness that lurked within our ancestral home. The basement was a labyrinth of forgotten secrets, hidden passages, and relics from a bygone era. The walls were lined with ancient symbols, and the air was thick with the stench of decay. At the center of it all stood a door, ancient and foreboding, covered in heavy chains and inscribed with runes that pulsed with a faint, eerie light. It was a forbidden chamber, a place of unspeakable horrors that had been sealed away for centuries. Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, I forced the door open. The heavy chains clattered to the floor, and the door creaked open, releasing a rush of frigid air that carried with it the stench of death. As I stepped inside, my flashlight flickered, casting long, sinister shadows on the walls. In the dim light, I saw symbols painted in blood, bones scattered across the floor, and an altar stained with the remnants of dark rituals. As I gazed into the darkness, I felt a presence stirring within, a malevolent force that hungered for blood and chaos. Shadows twisted and danced, coalescing into a form that exuded pure evil. Eyes glowed red in the darkness, and a voice, guttural and ancient, echoed through the chamber. It spoke of the pact my ancestors had made, a pact that demanded continuous bloodshed to keep the darkness at bay. With trembling hands, I backed away, realizing the magnitude of the evil that had been contained within these walls. I knew I had to seal the chamber once more, to protect the world from the horrors that lurked within our ancestral home. As I turned to leave, the shadows seemed to reach for me, whispering promises of power and threats of revenge. I sealed the door, wrapping the chains tightly and securing the lock. But as I ascended the stairs, the whispers followed, growing louder and more insistent. The mansion itself seemed alive, the walls pulsing with a malevolent energy. Every shadow seemed to hide eyes, watching my every move, waiting patiently for the day when they would be unleashed once more. I left the mansion that night, vowing never to return. But the legacy of the Devlin family was far from over. The darkness still lingered, and I knew it was only a matter of time before it sought to escape again. And as I lay in bed, miles away from the mansion, I could still hear the whispers, faint but ever present, reminding me that the shadows were watching, waiting for their chance to rise again.